What is going on, guys? It's Notorious Fantasy here, or Nick, I guess. And today we're gonna be doing a mock draft, standard 10 team from the sixth position. And let's get it started. This is one of my first mock drafts of the season, and I'd like to try to try to unveil some of my strategy in drafting early, at least. Uh, from the sixth pick that I'm at now, I really want to get two good running backs or a good running back and receiver. That is, in my opinion, the best combo to do at the beginning of the draft. And maybe future Nick will super fast mode us into the draft, but he probably won't because editing is hard. So, right now at the sixth pick, we are on NFL.com, by the way, in case you couldn't tell by the huge NFL logo and the fact that it says fantasy.nfl.com at the top. And not all positions are filled, obviously, because it's 12 in the morning, and I don't go to sleep, so that's just how it is. I'm sorry that we don't have a full draft. But I'm going to do mock drafts on every website so that you guys can understand how different some of them are, and obviously they all have different rankings set up here. And I'm using the default rankings just to show you. I have my own rankings and stuff, but I don't think they're too important in using them in these mock drafts and explain you guys. I'm gonna explain to you guys my exact reasoning for picking each thing. And Jesus Christ, that noise is loud. All right, let's go. So the first team's on auto pick, so he's gonna pick Le'Veon Bell, I would assume, because it's the computer. But the guy left. Oh, never mind. All right, we're good. All right, Le'Veon Bell, first pick. That's pretty normal. I'd say some people might go Todd Gurley first, but that's about normal as of right now, especially in a standard league. I think they're both better, obviously, in PPR because they're receiving backs. Or they get a lot of catches. They're not just receiving backs like Duke Johnson. This is my theme song. All right. So the third team is picking. So right now, if it's gonna go straight normal, we're looking at Kamara, who I think is a very good back this season. I really like him a lot, especially since Ingram is suspended for 4 games, which is a lot in the NFL, especially in fantasy. That's a whole lot. We need to win those first 4 games, and Kamara is going to be very good. All right, so this guy is taken for fucking ever here, but we want Kamara here. But now we got to look forward. So if he picks Kamara, I'm gonna feel inclined to pick Melvin Gordon because I don't really trust Saquon because he's a rookie and the offensive line of the Giants is kind of lackluster, as one would like to say. It ain't that good. So that's just how we're gonna do it here. This guy is taking forever, and no one's saying anything. This guy is just probably just beating off or some shit right now. He's gonna pick Zeke, I guess. So it's gonna be probably Zeke, David Johnson, Antonio Brown. Alright, he picks Zeke, as I said he would. Alright, David Johnson, Antonio Brown. Yeah, so we're gonna be able to get Alvin Kamara here, who is good. I like Alvin Kamara a lot.
Your team is now on the clock.
Jesus Christ, that shit is fucking scary. Boom, Alvin Kamara. That was not very complicated. Alright, at the 15th pick here, since it's not PPR, I think running backs are more important. But getting a solid, in 10 team, I would say it's very easy to get a good lineup regardless. So, and finding people off of waivers is obviously easier, especially like to fill in for the running back position would be easier than, say, a 12 or 14 team draft. Obviously, 8 would be the easiest, but plus there's also a lot of wide receivers on waivers that could be good for the flex. But we're still in the second round, so none of that matters at the moment. People always take forever to fucking pick. It's not that complicated. But at the 15, down here, Keenan Allen would be 15. He's really good, but I don't necessarily like him in fantasy. Kind of, I don't know. He had a good last year, but I think I'd prefer Michael Thomas at that point. But if somehow, since people are on auto pick, I don't think it'll happen. But if somehow Leonard Fournette could somehow fall a couple picks, I really like Leonard Fournette a lot. I think the Jags are probably gonna make the playoffs again, have an even stronger season, and maybe Mr. Leonard will decide to go to the pictures this time for the team, so he doesn't get suspended for a game. That'd be ideal, in my opinion. But here we go now. This guy's gonna pick in 5 seconds here. Then we're gonna get a solid pick here. Alright, he picked Saquon. Very normal here. I don't necessarily like picking rookies in the first round because I think they're I'd say they're more risky than anyone who you've ever seen play in the league, obviously. But when you see talent like Saquon, it's kind of hard to pass up on him. All right, Leonard Fournette goes at 11. So it's looking like, obviously, we can't get him. That's who I wanted. Now, Odell, Julio. I want Michael Thomas a lot. But I don't think he's going to be there by the time he comes back to me. So that's not ideal. He's gonna have a great season this year with the Saints. I could see him easily. He could potentially be a top 6, 7 receiver in fantasy. Sorry if you can hear me drinking. I get thirsty sitting here commentating this whole fun I'm having right here. LeSean McCoy,
Your team is now on the clock.
Sean McCoy, Odell, and Julio. So the guy I wanted to pick is here. So did the same buy. Oh, they're on the same fucking team. I am so stupid. They're on the exact same team. Now this might be the stupidest thing ever because they're on the same team. You know, it's alright, man. I'm gonna pick fucking Keenan Allen just because of that. But I do like Michael Thomas way better than Keenan Allen. But they're not. They're obviously on different teams, so that's more ideal. I'm just very stupid, and I just didn't remember who I picked. I guess it's real hard. So after Michael Thomas, Dalvin Cook, very good pick. He's very safe, I'd say. As long as he doesn't get hurt, he's gonna put up a great season, just like he would have last season if he didn't get hurt. Then Devontae Freeman, pick 18. He's very good too. A lot better in PPR, obviously. As well, his backup's very good too. Michael Evans, pick 19, and then Christian McCaffrey, pick 20. Christian McCaffrey also better in PPR. AJ Green popping off 21, first pick of the third round. Oh, my fucking Steam just shows up out of nowhere, so that's good. Not gonna edit that out though, Editing's hard, as previously stated, so. Alright, I don't like Davante Adams at all. I do like Adam Thielen a lot. At this point in the draft, I never look to pick a tight end, but I never think that a tight end will be here in the third
Your
round.
team is now on the clock.
Someone will probably pick Gronk in the first or second round because they're like, oh shit, let me cop that first tight end, but not for me. Not a big tight end guy. Although I do like Travis Kelce a lot, but I just said all that, so I can't be a big tight end guy. Alright, I think at this pick, I want to go with someone safe. So I like T.Y. Hilton a lot, but that's only if Andrew Luck is healthy. And Tyreek the Freak, absolute madman, absolute unit this guy is. I'll pick him. So now we got 1 running back and 2 receivers after the third round. I usually like to go 2 running backs, but I don't think it's worth reaching. Especially, I don't know why Kenyon Drake is ranked 32. I think he's kind of fucking trash, to be honest. I mean, I like the Dolphins and all, but I don't know. I don't think our line is that good. And I don't see us winning many fucking games. I mean, I still think we're going to somehow make the playoffs, but I always hope for that, so. I think Frank Gore is going to steal a lot of those touches. That old man. Going to steal everything. So after I picked Tyreek, Larry Fitzgerald is picked, and then Travis Kelce at pick 28. So our team is looking pretty good here. And there's a lot of bench spots on this team. And we don't have a true flex. It's just wide receiver / running back. So we can't draft 2 tight ends. But I think that's also idiotic to draft 2 tight ends. I would never personally do it. But, some people do it. Some crazy motherfuckers want Gronk and they want fucking Travis Kelce. Those guys are crazy, But there's always crazy people. Alright. So now we come back to my pick. We're at 35. And I don't like Alex Collins that much, to be honest. I'd prefer Mixon, to be honest. I think Mixon is gonna have a great fucking year this year. The coaches really need to just trust in him because he's a god. All right, Jordan Howard was picked 29th, and then 30th was T.Y. Hilton. I didn't see Jordan Howard. I don't know if I'm just blind or some shit, but I really like Jordan Howard a lot. And if you guys want to read some articles, you can check out my website. It'll be linked in the description, and then my Twitter as well. I post it on there. That'll also be in the description. It's at Notorious, FNTSY. Because Notorious
Your
Fantasy
team
was
is
taken.
now on the clock.
Oh shit. Alright, Kenyon Drake was taken off. Who gives a fuck? Mixon's here, baby. That's who we want. Money Mixon. Our team is looking quite fucking fire, if I was to say so myself here. And all different buys, you know. Don't want to be picking all the players on the same buy, but at the same time, you can't let the buys really distract you from. If you really like a guy and you have two guys in the same buy, it's more worth it to take the guy you want. Now, if I was to have not picked a running back there, I definitely would have went for Juju. Juju is one of my favorite players, but I already had two wide receivers, so that would be kind of stupid. Stephon Diggs goes after Juju, and then Golden Tate is picked 41st. Now, at this point in the draft, now that I have all my running backs, all my receivers, I like to wait a long time, a whole long time for the quarterback. So I'm going to try to pick more depth at either running back or receiver, and this is the guy who I'm really going to play in my flex position. Amari Cooper, Josh Gordon followed by Amari Cooper. Some good picks. Juice, picked to 44, Jarvis Landry. New addition to the Browns.
Your team is now on the clock.
And then followed by Derrick Henry, Tennessee back. Now, if only Derrick Henry is still there now, I would have picked him. But now, I'm staring down a bunch of rookies. See, now this is where all the rookies go. They all get fucking, I don't know what the NFL's doing. They fucking plastered them all right here, right next to each other. They're all bulling out right here. But I think I'm going to go with someone who I never like to pick, someone who is on the Patriots. So I'm not going to pick him. But I am going to pick Ronald Jones. Boom shakalaka. I'm not always going to start him as my flex, obviously, but he could turn out to be very good, and I think he's a pretty safe pick. He's going to get a lot of touches. This is not PPR. It's also fine to have a running back in your flex, but in PPR, I'd prefer to have a receiver or more of a receiving back, like Tevin Coleman, or someone that just catches the ball a lot. Tariq Cohen, those kind of guys. All right, so after I picked, Ajayi was picked, Brandon Cooks, Mark Ingram, and Ron Rodgers. Mr. Discount double check. Now we're coming back at 55, and we're gonna want if Sonny's here, I'm willing to pick him. As I said, I don't really like picking Patriots receivers, not receivers, running backs, because it could be a mismatch. They have so many receivers, it's actually crazy. Not receivers, running backs. What the fuck am I talking about? They have so many running backs, and you never know with Bill Belichick who's going to be getting the rock on the given week. So that's why I don't really trust him that much. But I think if he's here, I'll probably select him. He's very good running back from college, at least in all the tape I've seen of him. Now, this guy with the Patriots, he has picked Julian Edelman. Now, that is one of the worst picks I've ever seen in my life. Julian Edelman is fucking trash. He is suspended 4 games for PEDs.
Your team is now on the clock.
But I don't want to say he's actually trash, but he's just suspended. So you can't be picking some motherfucker who's suspended. That is just stupid. But I already picked a rookie running back, so I'm actually going to just completely go back on what I said about picking Sonny Michael. And I'm going to pick one of my favorite players, Pierre Garçon. Now that we have a bit of a team, now a lot of the quarterbacks haven't been taken at this point, but unless you are in like an experts draft, a lot of these quarterbacks are going to be gone at this point, especially Brady, Watson, and Carson Wentz, who are, in my opinion, top 3 quarterbacks, besides Rodgers. Of course, Rodgers would also be up there. They are all great quarterbacks, and I would assume that they would all be gone at this point in the draft. A lot of people are taking tight ends off the board here. Like the top 4 tight ends have been taken. Now we're left with Delaney. Delaney's gone, as I said that. Kyle Rudolph trying to read. Jack Doyle, back 10. Tight ends, kind of not good players, but you need a tight end. Russell Wilson selected 63. Now, what I'm looking at here is now that I want to mark down the quarterbacks I want later. Not the guy.
Your team is now on the clock.
Not a player I necessarily pick here, but the players I want later. See that? 1, 2, 3 quarterbacks taken in a row. So now, if you're in this situation, either you panic and you pick Carson Wentz. That's a panic move. You panic and you pick him because you're like, fuck, I need the guy who was going to win the MVP. But no, no, no. What you do is you wait and you get guys like Jimmy Guap or Jared Goff. Not Mr. Eating W's. Or, I don't really like him, but Dak. Dak is very good too. And Matt Ryan, all the way down here. Very surprising, but it's my pick, and I know who I want. I I like Marshawn Lynch. I think he's a solid 7th round pick. I would never pick him anywhere higher than that. And I also think that if I don't have to start him then most weeks, then what's the problem in having him? See, now Kirk off the board. Now this guy might panic. He panicked. The bot panicked. He picked Carson Wentz. See, I stay cool. I'm always cool. I'm good. I don't need a great quarterback because great quarterbacks do not win you a game. They don't win you the Super Bowl in fantasy, I'll tell you that much. The Jaguars defense going to the 8th round. That's how you know we're drafting with bots because I would never draft a defense at this early. And basically how I draft defenses is I just pretty much Google. Here, I'll do it real quick. I'll pop it up on the screen. Boink. I'll pop it up on the screen. Defense. All right, so you look at the NFL schedule.
Your team is now on the clock.
Alright, wait, let me pick an actual player first. Alright, so this is all defenses. See, now you can panic, you can pick a defense, or you just pick another good player you want on your team. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my favorite running back and late rounds, Mr. Maryland or Marlon Mack. Now, alright, so as I said, what you want to do is you want to look up the schedule to the NFL to figure out which defense you want, and I'm going to showcase it again later. But so what you do is you go like this. Boom. You go boom. And now you see the schedule. So now you're like, all right, who plays a shitty team week 1? And then you pick that defense. So the Lions play the shitty Jets. So you might want to pick the Lions. Kickers going. You might want to pick the Jets. The Raiders, Packers are playing the Bears. You might want the Packers defense. The Bears are not the greatest team, but you might want to. I don't really know because those are really the only two bad, just terrible matchups. So you might also want to play someone who's playing the Bills. Where's the Bills? The Bills, 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 the Bills. See how the Ravens, bro.
Your team is now on the clock.
Josh Allen will probably throw a million fucking interceptions. And now my shit is frozen, frozen right here. All right, so someone stole Jimmy Guap, who I wanted. So now we're just going to keep picking people we want on our team. As I said, no need to panic here. No need to panic. But we might have to panic and pick a tight end though. This is quite the no panic. I don't like Jordan Reed. No panic here. We ain't panicking. We want someone who's good. And how many running backs we got? Yeah, okay, so we want another solid receiver. Michael Crabtree, very good. And on Baltimore being thrown to, probably not by Joe Flacco, although I believe Joe Flacco is the elite one. I think Lamar is gonna go on in there and steal his job. He's been getting first team reps in practice, and not practice, but like mini camp shit. That's not ideal, not ideal. Now a bunch of kickers completely gone. Here now we're just stuck with like the trash guys, But now we can just wait because all the good kickers are gone. Because the bots don't know how to play fantasy. So that's just how it is. Now we are about to reach the 19-minute mark, so happy 19, baby. 19 fucking minutes now. Freeman going from Denver, running back. Will Fuller now going. Will Fuller, someone I like a lot. You can check out
Your team is now on the clock.
On my website when I upload that about Will Fuller. Dude's a straight god. Chris Hogan, and then Emmanuel Sanders. Now we want to go back to all, obviously. And now we just want someone who we think is going to be good. And now we just take players we like here. So we have 2 more spots. So we're going to go 1 more running back. I really like Isaiah Crowell. Even though I don't like the Jets, I think he's a good running back. And for years we've been saying us fantasy experts would say he'd be good. Last year, I thought he'd be good. You know, he fucking sucked. But that's because he was on the Browns. And now he hopped from dumpster fire to dumpster fire onto the Jets. And I think he's going to get a lot of touches. So that's strictly why. And then after that, we're going to be looking for one more wide receiver. And we're probably going to go Cooper Kupp if he's still there. And then obviously pick our quarterback, our tight end, kicker, defense. But in most drafts, as I said earlier, most of these quarterbacks, like Jared Goff, people pick backups. People will pick backups before you even draft quarterback. I don't know how in the fuck is Drew Brees still here? Because we're gonna pick Drew Brees. I'm gonna avoid completely what I said and just pick Drew Brees if he's still here, and then pick all my running backs or pick my boy Cooper Kupp.
Your team is now on the clock.
Boom. Now we have the two best players on the Saints offense playing on the same team in fantasy. How ideal. Now what we're going to do is pick a good... Oh, Cooper Kupp's going to be gone. Fuck. Dez going 86th. Now I think Dez, if someone picks him up, he's going to be very good on whatever team he's going to go to. But if Cooper Kupp is gone, we're going to pick Sammy Watkins. Jordy Nelson is still there too? No. We want Sammy Watkins. See, this is what I'm saying. 10-team drafts are quite fucking boring. Because my team is actually legendary. These guys are a bunch of gods. That's why I like to play 12-team and PPR. But after I pick Breeze, Crowder, and the Duke Johnson have been taken off the board. Zero Duke. Alright. This guy is fucking beaten off, taking forever. Yeah. We're not drafting a backup quarterback. The only time I'd ever advise drafting a backup quarterback is if you're in a deep league, like 14 team, and you really need a backup. Like in 10, 12 teams, you can just find some guy off the waiver when your guy and just drop someone. That's what I like to do. Jared Goff selected probably some guy's backup. And then Cooper Kupp, the guy I wanted, stolen from my hands. Cooper Kupp, then Jamal Williams, running back at Green Bay. This part of the draft gets quite boring, so I'd honestly be surprised you're still watching at this point. This is the part of the draft where most people just click their brains off, but not me. Not me here. I'm here trying to get the best player in this round. And that player is 100% Sammy Watkins. He's the best player over here. Marcus and Titties Lee still here. Big Ben, rape and murder. Picked 112. Keon Johnson, 113.
Your team is now on the clock.
And then James White. And then we pick Sammy Watkins. And now we are tight end. And then we need our kicker and defense. And then the video is over. The video is over. Alright, so here we got Devin Funchess selected. And at this point in the draft, you know, with tight ends, at this point, like, if you don't get one of the top tight ends, it's kind of a shit show back here. Quite the fucking shit show. I like Jared Cook and ASJ. Young, the one thing I have against ASJ is the fact that the refs just absolutely hate this guy. The refs hate him. They call back all of his touchdowns when he's on the Jets. Uncalled for, completely. Robbie Anderson selected. Robbie Anderson also not having it in with the cops. Aaron Jones, and then Kelvin Benjamin, who is now at Buffalo as of last year, from the Carolina Panthers. I hope you guys found this video kind of interesting, or if I taught you anything. If not, I'll just go fuck myself. But I'll be making other videos that aren't just mock drafts and stuff that breaks down running patterns, shit like that about fantasy, and just all types of numbers, bust, breakouts, all that type deal. So, and if any of my friends are watching, so dudes, hopefully Hopefully there's people still here watching. Otherwise I'm just rambling to myself at 12 in the morning. Talking to fucking no one. But Chubb flying off the board. Alright, so, oh god, all the fucking tight ends are going. Oh god. Oh,
Your team is now on the clock.
oh god. Jared Cook. Alright, bet. Now we need a kicker and a defense. So I like to go defense before kicker. Because the kicker is just fucking. You're just reading the defense usually, but the kicker ain't that important. To be honest, I mean, they win you weeks because, you know, having a kicker in fantasy is kind of stupid in my opinion. But now we're going to go back to that chart thing I had up before. Boom. And boom. Now we got this up, and now we're going to just pick a defense off of this. Now, I said, whoever's playing the Bills, the Ravens. Are the Ravens available? Are the Ravens here? Or have they been selected already? C.J. Anderson flying off the board. Ravens. Baltimore already been taken many rounds ago. Alright, now. Falcons, Eagles, not a good matchup. Colts, Bengals. If Andrew Luck isn't playing, the Bengals would be a great defense in that game. Saints defense probably very good against the Bucks because Jameis Winston loves throwing interceptions. Yeah, Saints. There we go. So the Saints would be an obvious pick here for me. Maybe as well the Jags. Jags would be very good. The Giants are straight dumpster fire mode too. Eli straight rattled after being benched for Geno Smith. But who knows? Obviously, we're on 6-8, June 18th right now. So all this shit is gonna change by the time it comes draft season. Like some guy, maybe the fucking Big Ben tears his ACL, and the Browns defense is godly. That's not gonna happen though. But I don't trust the Steelers. I think the Browns might just beat the Steelers because football just doesn't make sense. And if the Browns will just beat the Steelers like it's nothing. Like they've won 2 games in multiple years. They don't give a fuck. They're just gonna win. The Browns are good. And I don't think they're going to be that good if Tyrod starts, but I think if my boy Baker Mayfield is selected, they'll be quite good now. We got C.J. Anderson selected off the board, and then Case Keenum, and then Deshaun Jackson.
Your team is now on the
We
clock.
got the Saints against, who did I say the Saints were playing? The Bucks. Jameis Winston eating W's. Alright, now the shit we just stop fucking up. There we go. Boom, shakalaka. Now, 146, we're going to go for kicker. And this is a complete and utter crapshoot. Who gives a flying fuck which kicker you pick? I want someone who's on a good team, ideally. So, Jake Elliott. But he's probably going to be gone, so we're going to have to go with someone who's on another good team. So, if we analyze this correctly, Mason Crosby, he is on a good team. Dan Bailey, Dallas kicker, good team. Cario Santos on the Jets, terrible fucking team. You do not want that guy. Hauschka on the Bills, probably don't want him. Captain Sparrow on the Bucks, you don't want him. Graham Gano on Carolinas, you want him. Brandon McManus on Denver, they might be good. You might want him. Or Sebastian, the God himself, is on Seattle, but hopefully no one. Andrew Luck being selected in the 15th round, you just won't see that in your draft. Andrew Luck will be gone before you even know it. Just like his skills, just completely gone, and he'll just fly off the draft just like his skills. That guy, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him. He's great. Right now he's gripping high school footballs.
Your team is now on the clock.
I don't even know why he can't grab an NFL football, but who knows? We're selecting Jake Elliott, and our team is finito. But we are going to wait until we get to see our team makeup, and I'm gonna end the video after I just talk about why I pick certain players again. And that's about all she wrote. Right,
Thanks for attending the NFL Draft.
No fucking
Best of luck
problem,
this
buddy.
season.
No problem. All right, so we picked Alvin Kamara. What does our team look like? Can I just look at? All right, so we got Alvin Kamara, Keenan Allen, Tyreek the Freak Hill, Joe Mixon, Ronald Jones, Pierre Garçon, Marshawn Lynch, Maryland Mack, Michael Crabtree, Isaiah Crowell, Drew Brees, Sammy Watkins, Jared Cook, the Saints, and Jake Elliott. This is a championship-winning team here. We got two solid receivers right here, 2 good running backs here, and our depth for flex and our bench super good depth. We don't have any real players who are backups on our team at all. These are all ideal players, and that's all she wrote, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Remember, follow me on Twitter at Notorious Fantasy, FNTSY, because Notorious Fantasy was taken. And check out my website, link in the description, and have a great day. Stay beautiful, babies.